Hello, welcome back to the Two Dudes in a Podcast.
Hello.
It's Brannon Dog and Jackson Ham coming straight out of Boston for you.
We in Boston now?
Yep.
Harbor
Radio. That's where we record now.
Harbor Radio.
Harbor Radio. Straight out of Boston.
Isn't that where Elvis is from?
I don't know.
Huh.
He sang songs.
We fish.
We fish, he sang songs. So what kind of fish you been catching? I caught a whole lot of fucking tuna.
Yeah, tuna.
Tuna. Yep, that's... All right, welcome back to the Two Dudes in a Podcast. This week we're talking Mandalorian because we have 3 episodes to talk about.
3 episodes?
Yeah. Chapter... Whatchamaffuckit. Ding Dong and Wada Bang.
The one with Bo-Katan?
No. The one after that, Ahsoka's, and the most recent, Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
Or as I like to say, Boba fucking Fett.
Woo. What was the one right after Bo-Katan?
He goes back to Navarro.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Which that was a pretty good, like, what one might consider a filler episode.
It was good, but it had important stuff.
Yeah, it had very important stuff. You know, it was a little side adventure, but you also kind of like, it expands the villain.
Yep. That's what you call a good filler episode.
Yeah. Which, like, I didn't mind the second one where he crashes on the ice planet.
Yeah, me neither.
It was just kind of like, you know, it was setting up that Mando's 1995 Honda Civic is going to get beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he gets it fixed on Navarro, so you're like, yeah, it's back. And then, you know, they while it's getting fixed, they go on a little adventure to an Imperial base where Gideon had all of his men at. They say it's just like a skeleton crew. That way, like, Gideon still has a small presence on Navarro. They go in, it turns out it's a lab. They're growing clones. There's reference of metachlorians.
Is it clones or...
They're growing something. I think
they're trying to make Force sensitives.
That's definitely
Whether
more
or not
likely.
They're clones, I don't know.
People were like, "Oh my gosh, it's Snoke," which I'm like, I don't think it is, because all the Snoke stuff was happening on Exegol.
Theoretically,
that's the way Rise of Skywalker seemed. It was like, for 30 years, Palpatine's been chilling on Exegol.
Yeah.
With doing Sith Eternal stuff.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Raylo Kiss.
Basically, we see some deformed, ugly-looking thing in a glass tube and back to her water.
The thing is that it's just a deformed patient or subject, I guess.
That is definitely more likely because they're talking about like M counts, midichlorian counts, and like
the
donors.
Rejected it.
Yeah, so basically Gideon's like, I am trying to. It's kind of like Force Unleashed 2.
I don't think I played that one.
Well, basically Vader has Camino. And they're trying to successfully clone Starkiller.
Ah, okay.
And that way they can have a Force-sensitive army. I think it's not clones in this, but they're trying to create Force-sensitives to be like Sith assassins or like something like that.
Do we know if Moff Gideon can use the Force? Or is he trying to get midichlorians for himself, along with making an army?
I feel like he might be trying to do that. We don't know, but he's got some sort of goal, and he's got the Darksaber.
He's got Dark Troopers.
I think Moff Gideon also might be hiding more of his forces on Mandalore.
Ah.
Because in that Bo-Katan episode, Din Djarin, we'll call him Mando most of the time, but Din Djarin, he's talking to Bo-Katan. She's like, I'm going to retake Mandalore. He's like, Mandalore's a wasteland. She's like, don't believe every rumor you hear. So I feel like maybe the Empire were spreading rumors during the Galactic Civil War that Mandalore is just a wasteland, been turned into a wasteland after all the war and stuff. So the New Republic's just kind of like, okay, well, that's a useless planet.
They might not be completely wrong if We're correct that somebody strip mined all the Beskar.
I feel like there's a whole lot of Beskar on Mandalore, though. I feel like the Empire has been propagating rumors throughout the galaxy that
Just
people
like
are
everything
just
else.
believing. And Moff Gideon's probably got some forces there. Or we got a blue-skinned alien chilling on Mandalore.
It showed up in the
commanding
Ahsoka.
Moff Gideon.
The Ahsoka episode was cool.
So, basically that happens, and then there's a cool TIE fighter chase.
Oh,
and
yeah, that was cool.
A really dope dogfight sequence between who's in some Mando and TIE fighters. I can't say words. I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Yeah, he fights TIE fighters in a really cool ship battle.
Yeah, it's quick, but it's cool.
Oh, it's cool.
It's I don't know. I like the X-wing chase too.
Oh, that was cool too.
Because he drifts the Razor Crest.
I liked in the TIE Fighter
I like
one.
the fact that they've added drifting to Star Wars ships.
Yeah. I liked the TIE Fighter one where he like flies straight up and then turns around.
He just like
off.
cuts his engines and flips backward.
And
I love that type of stuff, man.
That was cool.
And then he's spinning while the TIE Fighter's shooting. And he's like, pew, 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 pew. Yeah, that was dope. So that ends, and he goes to Corvus.
Well, they also talk about Cara Dune being from Alderaan.
Oh, yeah, Cara Dune.
I really liked that part.
Alderaan.
Talking to the X-Wing pilot.
They run into one of the pilots from Episode 2, Carson Teva, which I've had a thought about. I don't know, maybe me and you discussed this on the podcast or not. Dave Filoni's character, Trapper Wolf, has a Wolfpack emblem on his X-Wing helmet.
He does.
What if there's a new Wolfpack regiment in the New Republic?
That would be cool.
Under Commander Wolf. Or like in honor of him or something.
Yeah.
That would be pretty dope. And he's part of the
Wolfpack 2.0.
Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't put it past Dave Filoni
that would
to have
be pretty
a Wolfpack
awesome.
2.0 in the New Republic.
Yeah. Not made of clones, but like just
Cara Dune at the end of that episode though
becomes a marshal.
Becomes a New Republic marshal on Navarro.
Nice.
Which she was already acting as a marshal, but just not like an official one. She was kind of like the person who kept the peace there, beat the crap out of criminals.
Right.
But now she's like an official part of the New Republic, joined back up, and she's a marshal.
She's a marshal. Oh boy. I really like that they
hold
dealt...
up.
What?
Something weird just happened. I'm going to stop the recording and then see if something weird happened with our recording.
Okay.
We'll be right back. We're back. Sorry. Something weird was wigging me out with the recording.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Where were you at?
But the Alderaan thing. I really liked the fact that they talked about Alderaan.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was...
Alderaan doesn't get mentioned much.
I know, right?
There's going to be a video game where you played as a survivor of Alderaan.
There was? Or
yeah,
is? Oh.
There was. And then that got canned, and then I think Jedi Fallen Order took its place. Which Jedi Fallen Order is cool.
I've heard it was good.
But the Survivor of Alderaan game, that would have been cool, too.
I would have played that.
And there's actually, like, a quick snippet of it where, like, he's on either Tatooine or some other planet, and he walks out, and there's, like, Imperial banners flying, and 2 TIE fighters fly over.
Ooh.
And it looked cool, but, like, that's the only bit we ever saw, and we only ever knew that it was going to be about an Alderaanian survivor who was on the Imperial watch list because he survived Alderaan.
See, I probably would have bought that. What's next?
Ahsoka episode.
The Ahsoka episode.
Chapter 15. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Chapter whatever.
The Ahsoka episode.
The Jedi.
The Jedi.
Really dope episode.
That was really cool.
It kind of just opens up with Ahsoka. And, you think maybe Mando would make a big deal about a lightsaber being on screen, because like the only one we've ever seen is the Darksaber. But like, she's just already cutting people down, doing stuff. I mean, I guess they didn't make a big deal about the Darksaber. It's just like he cuts out of the thing, and he's got the Darksaber.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because they did a lot more of dramatic reveals in the sequel movies that kind of fell flat when you really thought about them.
Yeah,
but
because you start to think about logical things within that universe and like other stuff, and you're like, okay.
Why is that a big deal right now?
Yeah.
But now Moff Gideon cutting out of the TIE fighter with the Darksaber at the end of the first season, that wasn't... The music didn't swell a whole lot, and it just...
just kind of played his motif.
Yeah,
motif.
right. It just says Moff Gideon has the Darksaber.
It's just like bad guy theme song playing, not like blaring.
Mm-hmm.
He gets out of the ship, and it's like, oh, this guy has a type of lightsaber.
This guy has the Darksaber.
The Darksaber.
Why does he have that?
Yeah, for real.
Moves the story forward, I guess. Instead of just, there's the Darksaber.
It shows that this guy is going to be the main villain of the series because, number one, he survived a TIE fighter crash.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, it's like, oh, this guy has ties to Mandalorians.
Somehow.
Because he has the Darksaber.
And the last person who had it, as far as I know, was Sabine, wasn't it?
He gave it to Bo-Katan.
She gave it, right.
And as far as we know, the only way you can take the Darksaber is by winning it.
Oh.
So,
but she just gave it to Bo-Katan?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can gift
Sabine gave it to Bo-Katan.
Okay.
But
Cool.
you can also win it in a fight.
Right.
So I guess you can either hand it down to someone else, or like what one might consider a rightful heir.
A duel.
Or you can have a duel, because that's how Maul won it from Vizsla.
Right.
Vizsla.
Right.
But Ahsoka is at this forest moon of Corvus trying to liberate this city of Caladan, but also get information.
Yeah.
Mando shows up, walks into the city. This magistrate's guards are like, hey, she wants to talk to you. He goes in. She's like, hey, there's a Jedi issue. Can you kill her? And Mando's sitting here behind the helmet like, I thought this was going to be hard. You're leading me right to her. Thank you.
Thank you. And she offered him a Beskar spear.
Yes, a Beskar spear.
I can't wait to see that in action.
He is going to fight Moff Gideon with that, man. Or Bo-Katan is.
Oh, boy.
But basically, she's like, kill the Jedi. And he's like, why? And he's like, and she goes, Beskar spear. And he's like,
that's all you had to say.
Okay, yeah, sure. So he goes out into the forest with no intention of killing Ahsoka.
Yeah.
He's just like, point me in the direction. I will kill. I'm gonna go kill the Jedi.
Quotation mark, kill, quotation mark, the Jedi.
Yeah. He goes out into the forest, and you get to see Beskar is lightsaber resistant. As in, Ahsoka takes swings on him, and he blocks the sabers
that
with
was
his gauntlets.
so cool. I mean, like...
I already had a theory that it was, because it can block blaster fire.
You have any idea how many times I wanted to do that as a kid? Just block a lightsaber with my arm?
That'd be pretty dope. It also shows you why the Mandalorians were such, like...
formidable opponents against the Jedi.
Yeah, because all their stuff was basically made to counter Jedis and kill them.
That and shotguns.
Yeah, slug throwers, basically. Which we don't know about in this new canon. It's doing weird shit again. I hope it's still recording. Okay. I'm going to trust it, because it was before.
Okay. There's a lot of legend stuff that seems kind of small detail that I kind of just accept as canon.
Yeah, there's legend stuff that seems plausible. It's like, Legends has a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
It does have its convoluted stuff as well.
It's got a bunch of messed up stuff.
Some
dumb stuff. But, are we done with the Ahsoka episode?
No, we haven't.
We just got through the first half of the episode, man.
Yeah, so he meets Ahsoka.
Yep.
Ahsoka's like, they have a small little scuffle, and he's like, Ahsoka, please stop attacking me. Bo-Katan sent me, and she goes, shit.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah. And then looks at baby little child.
Baby Yoda.
And she's like, I hope it's about him. And then she communicates to him with the Force. We learn his name.
That was pretty cool.
His name is Grogu.
Grogu.
Which it seems like a very Yoda-type species name.
Right. I really like his name.
Because originally Yoda's full name was Minch Yoda.
Minch.
Yeah, that was his first name. Yoda was his last name. Minch Yoda.
And the Yaddle.
Yeah, and then there's Yaddle, of course.
Weren't there other legends Yoda species?
I haven't looked too much. All I know is Yaddle died in Legends protecting Anakin Skywalker.
I don't think she died that way in
New canon. We don't know actually where she is in new canon.
That's a good point.
So, pops up in a flashback in Mandalorian, possibly.
That'd be cool.
We don't know. Basically, they try to train Grogu, and then Ahsoka's like, Grogu's got fear and anger in him, and I saw what that could do to a Jedi Knight,
and
so that ain't too cash
She
money.
makes a big deal about his father connection with Mando.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be some reason. That seemed to be a reason why she couldn't train him.
Because he's kind of imprinted onto Mando.
Exactly. And the only Jedi training she has tells you to pretty much let go of those connections.
Yeah.
But she tells him to take him where?
Tython.
Tython. In this funky rock structure.
Yeah. Basically, though, we get a cool team up between Mando and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And then you get like a cool Western showdown juxtaposition to a samurai showdown between the Magistrate and Ahsoka.
That was super cool.
And then Ahsoka name drops one Grand Admiral Thrawn, which she is looking for. So Thrawn is out in the universe doing something.
Somewhere.
I like to think maybe he's on Mandalore commanding stuff. And like...
I don't know if he'd be on Mandalore.
As for Ezra, don't know where he is.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I don't much care.
About Ezra?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to show up eventually.
He'll show up eventually.
In one way or another.
I'm not worried about where he is.
There's theories that like Ezra stayed wherever him and Thrawn went. Thrawn escaped maybe with the help of Ezra, and Ezra stayed behind or something because some reason. Maybe Ezra is out on the unknown regions holding back the Yuzon Vong for all we know.
That'd be kind of cool, but I don't know how well that'd go for a Jedi.
Or at least making sure they don't pass into
something.
Unless
if they're both doing that.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be a big twist. So that happens, and then basically Mando completes a deal. He gets Ahsoka gives him the Beskar spear because he's a Mandalorian,
and then he goes to that
and
place.
then Ahsoka says, "I am not going to train him. Take him to Tython, the Seeing Stone, or some Jedi
big
stuff.
Stone,
some cool Jedi shit,
mystical Force things. Mystical Force rock."
And then the episode ends with an epic version of Ahsoka's theme.
Nice.
This
episode was directed by Dave Filoni.
Yep.
And written, I think.
And written.
Nice.
Because Ahsoka's his baby.
And George Lucas's.
Yes. But I think more so Dave's.
I think Lucas had the basic idea, and then Dave...
Lucas had the idea for an apprentice on Anakin, but
yeah,
I think
and
Dave came up with the
He was also
going
to give her some name that was the original name.
Ashla.
Yeah, wasn't that the name of the light side of the Force at one point?
Something like that.
In early scripts of of New Hope. So, yeah. And then she basically becomes...
Although Dave Filoni and George Lucas differ where... Dave is like, Ahsoka lives, and George was more like, kill her at the end of the Clone Wars.
Yeah. I can see George had a lot to do with killing characters that weren't in the original movies.
Yeah.
And even ones that were. Never to come back until they were super popular.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Tython. And it's like, oh, there's no filler. What's going to happen? And, they're at Tython, and then there's a cute moment in the cockpit of the Razor Crest.
Oh.
And then you get the episode title called The Tragedy, and you're like, ah, shit.
Oh, no.
My theory is that Moff Gideon was just going to roll up and blow the shit, basically orbital bombard where they were at, and then roll up with Dark Troopers, and Mando's going to be sitting there like, oh, fuck.
And then Baby
Yoda. And then Baby Yoda's just kind of like... Huh?
Eh?
And then Dark Troopers get Baby Yoda, and he's like, "Oh."
Oh.
And then they fly away, and Mando's sitting there like, "Oh God."
But he set him on the rock, right?
Yeah, so basically they go there, Mando flies with his jetpack, sits Baby Yoda on the rock, you're like, bada boom, bada bam, everything's going great. And then you hear ship engines. And Mando's like, hold on. And he looks
up.
And then it shows a shot in between two of the pillars surrounding them. And casually Slave One just fucking flies in.
Dude, I was like, what? Slave
One? As soon as I heard the engine noises, I was like, no way. I'm like, I know those engine noises. No way. That's just another fire spray ship. No, fucking Slave One flies
Slave
in.
One still works, by the way.
I mean, it's probably parked at Jabba's palace.
That's probably true. I'm surprised he didn't sell it.
I'm surprised it didn't get looted when, like, Jabba died.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, there is also Slave 2 through 4.
There's also the good point that we have no idea how long exactly he stayed in that
Sarlacc pit.
I've
heard theories that maybe, like, Jabba's cell barge, when it blew up, basically just crashed into the Sarlacc and killed it. Oh. Or they also did reference that a crate dragon can eat a Sarlacc.
That's a good point.
So maybe crate dragon sitting here munching, and Boba's like, all right, I got a little bit of time.
You know, I would not be against a little short film about how Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc.
Well, there are the rumors of the Boba Fett miniseries.
Exactly, like miniseries, short film. I don't know. I'd be down for that.
That'd be cool. But essentially, Boba Fett shows up, and Mando goes, and Boba Fett also has Fennec Shand from season 1.
Right.
He rolled up to Fennec Shand at the end of that episode
Gave her a mechanical stomach somehow.
Yeah, did some weird robot
Still
stuff.
don't know what that was.
I think it's kind of like an iron lung. But,
robot.
Just implanted into your body.
Yeah, this is Star Wars.
Boba Fett shows up, and Mando's like, what do you want? You want the kid? He's like, no, I want the armor.
I want the armor.
Mando's like, not a chance. And he's like, I don't want your armor. I want mine.
But he also said the thing, didn't he?
What thing?
I'm just a man making his way.
We're getting there. We're getting there. They reference 2 Star Wars lines in that.
They do?
Yep.
Neat.
And then Fennec Shand's like, I will shoot Grogu. Which, honestly, we've seen that she actually couldn't because, some Force stuff, probably.
Yeah. Force field.
Basically, Boba says, put your jetpack down and we'll talk. Which seems a little sus. Because, what if Boba's working with Gideon?
That's what I thought the entire
Thrawn
time.
Or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And it's a long con that he's playing with Fennec.
But no.
I mean, we still don't know.
That's a good point. I hope not.
I hope not either. But
Boba Fett could be cool.
Basically, Boba Fett, he's got his stuff. And then, basically the precursor to the First Order transport lands.
Yeah.
And stormtroopers come out, and then there's a cool fight scene, and Mando runs up to the Seeing Stone to try to grab Grogu and gets knocked out by some Force energy or something.
Yeah.
And then Fennec Shand and Boba have a cool fight. Boba goes fucking nuts with a gaffy stick.
Oh, that was so cool. Watching the Stormtrooper armor fly to bits.
Yeah.
He stabbed a couple dudes.
And Mando gets up and he's helping Fennec, and then Boba flies in with his armor and kills a bunch of people. And does
that was cool.
The Jango Fett pistol spin to put his gun up.
Nice. I didn't even notice that.
But Mando does ask, he's like, who are you? And Boba goes, I'm just a man making my way through the galaxy, like my father before me.
That was cool.
2 references to Star Wars lines. Number 1, Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones. I'm just a man trying to make my way through the universe. And then Return of the Jedi. I'm a Jedi like my father before me.
Neat. Something
like that.
I really liked the Boba Fett fight scene.
Me too. I like Boba Fett's voice.
Yeah, that gave me...
It seems different than the dubbed versions in the Empire Strikes Back Special Edition. Actually.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I think because I love the way he says Tatooine. Tatooine.
Yeah.
Tatooine.
But the
Boba
fight
Fett.
scene had a very Legends feel to it to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just seeing Boba Fett actually kick butt for once.
Yeah.
That only ever happened in a weird comic
book. And there are
book.
people being like, Boba Fett's fat, and it's like, I don't know.
I honestly don't know.
I think he's just kind of bigger. I think he's just tanky.
I don't know.
Boba Fett's a tank at this point.
We've never seen this guy wear the Boba Fett armor before.
Yeah. I mean, he's also older.
That's true. That's true.
I like Boba Fett's new look. I hope he kind of goes back to the classic Boba Fett look a little more, like Return of the Jedi type Boba Fett. But I do like, the look he had. I think, like, since he's got his armor back, he's probably got some stuff on Slave One that he can use to modify his outfit a little more.
Probably. He's going to need that thing underneath
He needs to get his damn EE3 back, but that was destroyed by Luke Skywalker.
Oh, that's a good
who's
point.
to say he doesn't have a spare?
Or multiple. Or another cooler gun.
Or
I
his
don't know.
gun from Empire Strikes Back, but I don't like that one too much.
Was that it?
And then, basically, Moff Gideon blows up the fucking Razor Crest.
Yeah, that was wild.
And then sends in Dark Troopers, which Iron Man their way down to Grogu and then steal him. Boba Fett pursues them, and then I was so scared Boba Fett was going to die when he pops through the clouds and sees the light cruiser. I was like, oh no, Moff Gideon's just going to go, and Slave One's going to get slapped out of the air.
They're going to be stranded on that planet.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh no. But no, Boba Fett just flies to the crowds. He's like, they're back. And Finnick's like, who's back? And he's like, the Empire. Which, like, I've heard some people be like, why is he so concerned? I'm like, he's not concerned. I think it was just, he doesn't sound concerned to me. I think it's
he
just.
Sounds a little concerned.
I don't think he's concerned because he worked with the Empire before.
Yeah.
But I think he's just kind of like, oh, they're back.
True. I wonder what they'll do with Boba Fett's character now that he's back.
I have a feeling they might kill him.
That would be so disappointing.
Well, here's the thing. There's 2 episodes. So basically, I think these last 3 episodes that we're going to see, if they kill Boba Fett, if, capital I, capital F, really put that together, say if. Because Mando needs a ship. Boba Fett sacrifices himself to return Grogu, a son, to his father, because Boba Fett lost his father. And then Mando gets Slave One. Bit of a cop-out, in my opinion.
That would suck.
It would.
I'm not even a giant Boba Fett fan. That just sucks.
I think it would, too, because I want to see Boba Fett become one of those supporting characters who pops up. I want to see Boba Fett in the fight for Mandalore. I want to see Boba Fett step up to his father's status of honor and fight in a Mandalorian civil war.
That would be cool.
Which I feel like that is probably a more likely option.
Yeah.
And if he were to die, he'd probably die in that.
Yeah.
Unless we're going with Boba Fett is a villain. Because I feel like if he's a villain, he's going to pop up next season. Again.
He's just a simple man making his way through the galaxy, so he might.
Yeah,
he's one of those in-between guys. He's a bounty hunter.
He's a true bounty hunter.
He's the bounty hunter.
Which I feel like if Cara Dune goes with them to break out Bill Burr's character, Mayfeld, which is how the episode with Boba Fett ended, they go to Cara Dune, and Mando's like, I need a guy ex-Imperial, which, like, that'll help, because he'll, like, know the layout of the ship Gideon has. Which I think they're going to put together a crew and raid Gideon's ship. The crew will definitely have Boba Fett, Finnick Shand, Mayfeld. If we're going to pull, Grief Karga probably go. Cara Dune.
Cara Dune probably will definitely go.
And if Mando's smart, he'll try to reach out to Bo-Katan. And
what about Ahsoka?
I think... No, Ahsoka's not popping up again.
That's good.
In this season.
Okay.
I think the season finale, though, the Jedi that Grogu reached out to will show up.
Who do you think that's going to be?
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I hope it is.
Because here's the thing. We don't know what happens to Cal Kestis. I don't think he'll show up because, like, he's got one video game about him.
Yeah.
I mean, Ezra is a likely possibility,
but that's
going to be saved for, like, Ahsoka stuff.
Exactly.
The other possibility is Ahsoka, but I don't think she's going to show up again.
I
think it's Luke Skywalker going to walk on and be like,
"What's up,
where's
guys?
the child? Where's Grogu?
Sup, guys?
And then everybody's going to look at him.
And he's probably
the show ends.
He's probably the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy at the moment.
Nah.
Really?
I don't think he's the most powerful. Well, actually, no.
He's probably got
this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so he's probably got better training. Because I'm thinking, right after Return of the Jedi, he's a powerful Jedi, but he's not the most powerful. Because, like, he did get training, but he didn't get the best training ever.
No.
So, like, Ahsoka is probably better than him at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Probably. He could probably hold his own, though.
I mean, he could hold his own, but, like, Ahsoka would get the drop on him because she was trained in a Jedi temple.
True.
She learned actual fighting styles while Luke's swinging his around like a baseball bat and kicking people.
That's true.
While I think Luke does have more of a knowledge with wisdom in the Force, though.
I hope he found some stuff. I hope Palpatine didn't destroy everything in the Jedi Temple. That should still be there on Coruscant.
I think there's stuff around the galaxy.
Because,
like, if we're going to go based off of, like, old legend stuff, technically the Jedi Temple was turned into Palpatine's palace on Coruscant.
We don't know if that happened or not, so.
Which we don't know if that happened or not.
But
the only thing we do know, I think, is that they burned all the dead Jedi lightsabers in front of the temple.
Okay.
Including Yoda's.
See, I can't really figure out why Palpatine would destroy all the records and holocrons. If that's a bunch of information that goes back centuries, I can see why Palpatine would want to hold on to that. Keep it for himself.
I don't think the Jedi library is destroyed. I mean, unless he's a moron. That's a valuable asset.
Exactly. Holocrons. Wonder when we'll see
it is
again.
canon that Palpatine has multiple vaults around the galaxy.
That doesn't make... No, never mind. That makes sense.
Only Force users can open them, though.
Yeah, see, that makes sense.
Because in Battlefront 2's campaign, there's a mission with Luke, and he gets the compass that leads him to the temple on Ahch-To, but that's hearsay.
Yeah, I don't know what happens in Battlefront 2.
Imperials go, shit, we lost at Endor. Time to do some stuff.
Time to rehash the first movie.
And then basically they go, shit, the Empire isn't that bad. And one of the team members goes, you're traitors. And then, like, they fight, and then, like, it ends at the Battle of Jakku, and then, like, the game ends with a main character dying at the hands of Kylo Ren. And then there's a bonus mission that takes place during the events leading up to Starkiller Base, either firing or the destruction of it. But, yeah, that's it.
I can see why I haven't played the campaign.
It's okay. I mean, the characters in it, I think, could be used in a capacity outside of the campaign in good ways, but the campaign itself is mediocre. The only things I found myself caring about are what the main characters popped up in and what they were doing. Like
Luke
Leia pops up, and she is retaking Naboo.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Han pops up, and you have to get him from Maz Kanata's castle. Because he's tracking down, like, Wookiee refugees and stuff.
Cool.
And then Luke is, of course, finding these vaults on other planets and destroying them.
Huh.
Well, he's destroying them, but I think he's also taking artifacts from them that are useful. Because a lot of it's not just, like, Jedi artifacts in the Emperor's vaults. It's also... it's also, like, jewels and stuff,
Other stuff.
Like, kind of like...
Other cultural artifacts that would be special to other planets.
Yeah,
that Palpatine stole for himself.
Yeah.
And then locked in a box.
Pretty much. Jewelry, finest treasures.
Whatnot.
From the nicest families.
I really hope Thrawn comes back and he rallies enough of these Imperial remnants to have to bring in Luke and other people. I'm not saying do the whole...
Well, today Disney did say in the next few years they're planning to launch 10 shows
based
around Star Wars on Disney Plus. Yeah. Which, as we're speaking right now, the Disney investor call is going on.
Oh.
So far they've just talked about like expanding Disney Plus and like other stuff. They haven't gotten to
Is Kathleen
Star
Kennedy
Wars
still here?
or Marvel. Yes, she's still here.
Dang.
As to what capacity she operates in, though,
Nobody really knows.
Nobody knows. I think because we don't know what Kathleen Kennedy's like feelings are. She may be sitting here like, "Oh God, I screwed up." At this point,
Maybe.
you know,
I don't know. I did hear a rumor one time that she wanted to try and make Baby Yoda actually Yoda. But
see, that's also rumors. Like,
exactly.
There's so much just weird content about Star Wars. Like, there's this really bad content creator named Mike Zero on YouTube.
I think I've watched some of his stuff, and I can't watch him.
His titles are so terrible. It's like,
yeah,
Disney resets Star Wars. George
about,
Lucas resets Star Wars.
Yeah, he kind of complains about clickbait articles and stuff, but then all his videos are clickbait.
Yeah.
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 I watch some Star Wars commentary and rumors, but I don't watch his stuff.
I just watch stuff that talks about Star Wars and like what's going on in it, and like people inject their own opinions and stuff into it sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know, I'll have to see it for myself. Like, I try to stay away from the rumor videos because they get a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
With the stuff they're talking about, I'm like, this just sounds like really bad fan fiction you wrote. Like, there's this one video. It might have been a Mike Zero video. Might have not. I'm not gonna let.
Do you have a funky helmet thing?
No, I don't remember it because I think it was just commentary. But it was like, the Disney Star Wars comic books are about to reveal the sequel trilogy and strike it from canon with like the world between worlds and like how it's those then they're gonna remake the movies with like George Lucas or some shit. I'm like,
you see, that's just
damn. Does your uncle work at Lucasfilm?
Yeah. Sheesh.
But yeah, Baby Yoda got captured.
Yeah.
Grogu
and maybe Luke will show
captured. Yeah. Other than that, I have taken my first dive into Legends.
Oh, cool.
With listening to the unabridged version of Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn on Audible.
I tried to read that earlier this year, or was it last year?
How much did you get through it?
I think I got through the first few chapters. I don't know.
The Audible version's really great.
Yeah, you told me it's more of an experience.
They have musical cues in there.
The book itself was kind of boring.
The second chapter alone got me like, this is kind of dope.
Remember when he was drinking hot chocolate?
Yeah, that's the chapter that got me because I was like, holy shit, Ben Kenobi's dead.
Yeah, dead. That was really cool. I liked that part. But then there were other things that...
But I also do like the idea of Force Ghosts popping up in the future. Like,
have you seen
as they want.
Have you seen the theory that says Mace Windu is still alive and he heard Grogu?
I hope that's not true.
Me too.
I have two opinions on Mace Windu. He either died that night on Coruscant, or he lived and got killed by Vader shortly. Not shortly afterwards, but in the time between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope.
Honestly, that second possibility sounds really cool.
I'd rather it be the second possibility, but
meh.
Either way, he's dead. He died before A New Hope. That is my opinion on it.
He's dead.
Dead as hell.
He dead.
What shoes he wearing? Yeah.
Did you watch
this one? These guys were geeking out. They're like, "What if Mace Windu's alive?" And then him and Boba Fett fight. And
that gives me
Mando gives him the
sequel
spear.
repitch flashbacks.
What?
The repitches. The pitches
what
we
about
did for the sequel trilogy.
Oh, Mace Windu's Force Ghost?
Yeah, exactly that.
It's just a Force Ghost, though. He wasn't alive. He was dead as hell. And to me, it wasn't... Okay, in retrospect, my idea about that is he's not like a usual Force Ghost. He can only appear in, like, one location.
Okay.
And that is the Jedi Temple. More like an apparition.
Ah, okay.
Which, that's just a synonym for ghost, isn't it?
Kind of.
Like, his, perhaps like a Force echo of him is left there.
I'm not against that. That's not terrible. I don't know. Let's move past
Mace Windu's Force Ghost.
Yeah. Did you watch the holiday special on Disney Plus?
I did. It's okay.
I found it kind of annoying, actually.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I
know
leave it to the kids is what I say.
Yeah. I know it's Lego and it's not canon, but it was... I don't know what it was.
I don't know. It kind of borrowed from an idea I had once.
Time travel?
Not time traveling, but like this idea where it's kind of like a Star Wars Secret Wars.
Ah.
Where like, I don't know, there's this great force battle or something, and like the light side and the dark side, like they get heroes from both, and you like mix up the eras and stuff, and like, you know, maybe you get Return of the Jedi Luke, Clone Wars Anakin and Obi-Wan, like Rebels Ahsoka, and like, you know, you can have like a lot of cool battles throughout.
Let's not let Disney hear this.
Like
like this would not end well.
You know, you get Anakin versus Vader.
You know what a piece of Legends you should go look up?
What?
It's a what if comic on what if Leia joined Palpatine.
I think I've seen that.
I think.
Isn't it like the fucking proton torpedo that shoots in the Death Star's thing malfunctions?
Something, I don't know what happens. All I know is that Yoda ends up crashing something.
No, that he fucking crashes the Death Star into Coruscant.
Oh my.
The Emperor is on like the temple on Coruscant, and Luke goes and turns Leia back, and then like him and Han, and they
and Vader gets
get the
this
hell
really
out of
cool
there.
white suit.
Yeah, and then the Emperor's just chilling, and then Yoda goes, boom, and just basically destroys Coruscant City.
Yep.
With the Death Star.
It's insane.
I've had a Death Star experience recently that made me salty. So I'm playing Star Wars Empire at War Forces of Corruption, the expansion for the game. I'm playing Empire. I got my invasion fleet going. I've defeated the rebellion. I just got to defeat the Zan Consortium.
Right.
I go to Honiger, home of the Nogri.
Yeah.
Got the Death Star 2 there. That's a part of my invasion fleet in case I just decide, fuck, I'm blowing you the hell up. I don't want to do a land invasion today, you know? But I was keeping Honiger alive because I was like, keep Honiger, you know, I can use the Nogri.
The Nogri.
I got Darth Vader and his Super Star Destroyer as a part of my invasion fleet. You know, I got Tarkin, Piet, Thrawn.
We got everybody.
I got everybody. Fucking Honiger just decides to blow up, kill all my land forces, and invasion.
The planet just explodes?
The planet just fucking blew up and destroyed everything. And I'm like, okay, well, there goes my ground invasion force, my invasion fleet, the Death Star 2.
When the Empire accidentally gets crippled by a planet spontaneously combusting?
I don't know what happened. Did they bring like a space tactical nuke and plant it on the damn core?
It pulled the Krypton and said, I'm out.
Did Tiber Zahn just go, fuck it, I planted explosives in the core?
Yeah.
Yeah, that pissed me off. I was like, no, like literally, I was setting up like a space station on the place, getting it ready, you know. That way, like, it can protect itself from an invasion.
I hope they make
and then there's just like this weird thing, and then I look and I'm like, why is the planet a bunch of floating rocks, and why are all my forces gone? I look, all my heroes are regenerating. The only person who didn't die in that blast was Palpatine. Boba Fett gone, Tarkin gone, Piet gone, Veers gone.
Vader?
Gone.
Palpatine's sitting in the...
Palpatine was chilling over Kuat in an Imperial Star Destroyer going, what the hell?
Whew. Well,
I did manage to blow up one planet with the Death Star 2. I blew up Munilist for their difficulty during the Clone Wars.
Okay. Good
Palpatine
old spite.
said, you're gonna die.
Whew.
Yeah.
Any more Star Wars news?
Not that I know of. I got 3 hours left of Heir to the Empire, and then I'm going to move on to the second one, Dark Forces Rising.
Oh, boy.
Try to finish the trilogy up before I run out of the free trial on Audible. I don't know. The only other bit of news I can think of is like Spider-Man 3's just gone off the fucking rails with rumors. It's like, what the hell is going to happen?
I saw something today that said Optimus Prime would be starring in it.
Yo, Mark Hamill is reprising his role as Luke Skywalker for it.
That's true. I mean, like, can't wait to see Grandpa Max.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Spider-Man 3 has just gone crazy. I'm just waiting for like Disney to either go. What the fuck?
I saw something about Andrew Garfield, and I couldn't even decide if it was real or not.
I can't either, man. It's like Alfred Molina, I think, is confirmed along with Jamie Foxx, which to me, it's like that doesn't mean they're playing the same version they played.
Who's Alfred again?
What?
Who was Alfred? Was he Doc Ock?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that.
Because like they brought back J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons.
I kind of hope
play a new version.
Yeah.
So Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina could be playing new versions of Doc Ock and Electro.
I'm down for that. I mean, the dude was a great Doc Ock.
Then there's now
even
a
if it's
rumor
not
that Charlie Cox is going to be back as Daredevil.
I hope that's true.
And he's going to play Peter Parker's lawyer, which I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring him in as Daredevil, though, if all this other stuff is true, because then it's just going to be like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3 all over again.
I saw one rumor floating around that Brie Larson is not going to be Captain Marvel for much longer.
That's false.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
They specifically hired her. Why are they going to fire her? Because she's controversial?
Weirder things have been known to happen.
I mean, weirder things have been known to happen, but
they've done it to people before, so...
I mean, James Gunn...
They did it to James Gunn.
but only... And then they hired him back.
And then they hired him back, so...
And then, has anything come out of people trying to call for the firings of anybody else since James Gunn?
No.
At Disney? No, because they said, oh, why are we going to listen to these people? We've almost, like, screwed up everything.
Yeah.
And, like, now they barely even address that type of stuff. The only things they address is if, like, someone departs on their own. Or in, like, an extreme case of death, like Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
In which, that's tragic.
Yeah, it still sucks. I liked Black Panther.
I like Chadwick Boseman. He's a good person.
I like T'Challa. He was cool. He was a great T'Challa.
But I think Disney, because people were also like Rosario Dawson, because like of
that was weird.
Which I didn't know that was a thing until that episode premiered.
Yeah, I knew about it a long time ago.
I didn't. I mean, and then there's Gina Carano, which I'm also like.
That one's funny.
I mean, that one.
That one's really funny.
A little funny. But.
Beep, bop, boop, boop.
It's like this one guy, John Campea, said. He's like, what do I think they're going to do? What do I think they should do? He's like, I think they're going to do nothing, and I think they should do nothing. Not even mention it.
That's a good idea.
Because they shot themselves in the foot with James Gunn. I don't think they want to shoot themselves in the foot again.
Yeah.
And now James Gunn is doing whatever he wants at DC as well.
Nice.
I think once he does Guardians 3, he's not at Marvel anymore. He's done with them.
I kind of hope he goes to DC. But I
think maybe like the relationship between him and Disney is done.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the relationship with him and Marvel is okay, because I don't think that was a Marvel decision.
Mm-mm.
I bet Kevin
the whole
Feige...
Guardians cast was against
Kevin Feige shit his pants the day he woke up and that happened.
Yeah. The whole Guardians cast was against it, too.
Everybody was against
Everybody was against it.
It's like when the internet tried to cancel Chris Pratt.
That was
Robert Downey Jr. said, shut up.
Shut up.
And it's like people will try to point out inherent flaws within like other things, and it's like, some shit's complicated.
I was reminded
Stop trying
today.
To make simple judgments.
I was reminded today why I don't watch Transformers YouTube.
I watched a Transformer YouTuber once.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was it?
The Raging Nation.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Some Canadian dude.
Huh.
I don't know. I watched him back when I was tracking like Age of Extinction's progress and whatnot.
Huh. There was somebody on YouTube who was always trying to make theories that explained the Bayverse and stuff. And even Bayverse fans were like, dude, that makes no sense.
He's probably sitting there, like, uploading the video like, this makes no sense, but here we go.
Gotta make content.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Earthrise trailer?
I did. To me, it just looked like a bunch of, hey, all this is going to appear. So, like, I don't know what the plot is. All I know is they're on the Ark.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess something is going to go wrong and they're not going to make it to Earth. So why is it called Earthrise? Don't know.
I don't know either, man. I don't know. That's what I love about it.
Why is it called Earthrise and why did they make G1 designs for characters? Don't know. Probably just toy sales.
Well, the second question is probably because The Last Night failed.
I don't know.
That's my theory.
If you can track everything to The Last Night failing, like...
That's what I do. I mean, like, The Last Night kind of bombed, lost a lot of money for Hasbro, and they kind of mass rebooted their entire franchise.
I mean, yeah, but wouldn't they go back closer to G1?
War for Cybertron's pretty close.
I don't know, man.
It's pretty close.
But yeah, that came out.
But Galvatron was there.
Probably as soon as we stop recording, Disney's going to announce, like, just fucking
everything. Kenobi will be here next month. We've been filming all this time.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to check my phone now.
I'll talk about Earthrise. But Galvatron was standing there in the same room as Megatron. That hasn't happened in a cartoon before.
Nope.
Never. And there's nobody knows why it's happening.
Hayden is back in Star Wars. I don't know.
That's
I don't know
cool.
what that means. I don't know what that means. That's just Star Wars theory posting.
I mean, like, is Galvatron time traveling? Is Galvatron a vision of Megatron's future? Is Megatron going insane by talking to his future self? Time shenanigans? Is he an ancient warrior from centuries ago, like the IDW comics did? Nobody knows.
Holy fucking shit! They announced a bunch of Lucasfilm stuff.
What?
Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Star Wars The Acolyte, Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, Bad Batch, Ahsoka, Rangers of the Republic.
Oh my.
A Droid Story, Lando, Visions, Willow.
Willow? Oh.
Children of Blood and Bone. What the hell? Hayden Christensen will return as Darth Vader in Kenobi.
I just saw that. Earthrise is going to be weird. Oh, and Nemesis Prime is in it. Last time we saw Nemesis Prime was 2001, Robots in Disguise.
Lando series is in the works.
Nice. Nemesis Prime.
Indiana Jones is set for a release in July 2022.
Indiana Jones 6 or 5? What are we up to?
I don't know. Hold on.
I think 5.
Oh my fucking god.
What?
Patty Jenkins?
Yeah?
Set to direct the next Star Wars movie. Guess what it is?
What?
Rogue Squadron.
What is that?
Rogue Squadron?
The video game?
Fucking Wedge?
Oh.
And all the X-Wing pilots?
Oh boy. You didn't tell me that was a movie.
I didn't know. Rangers of the Republic.
We got anything Marvel?
Oh, Cara Dune's getting her own show.
Why?
I think it's going to have, like, the X-Wing pilots from it, too.
2
new Mandalorian spinoffs. One for Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano, focusing on... And then there's Rangers of the Republic, which is going to focus on the New Republic.
Dude, Rangers of the Republic looks like a Legends video game.
Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka post Return of the Jedi, with the former telling a story that ultimately culminates in a shared climactic event with Mandalorian. And then Ahsoka Tano's show will be pinned by Clone Wars Rebels and Mandalorian Dave Filoni. No details were mentioned about who will appear in the New Republic-centric series beyond the fact that Filoni and Favreau will co-produce. So Star Wars Ahsoka and Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic is coming out. Patty Jenkins is directing the next movie. called Star Wars Rogue Squad. Fucking Rogue Squad. God.
I've got good faith in Patty Jenkins.
Oh, an Alien series is coming to FX.
Oh.
The Acolyte will be a mystery thriller following the dark side emerging during the end of the High Republic era.
Oh. Oh my. We're working on that.
You know, Lando is going to be a show.
Lando.
Rogue Squadron. I'm sorry, that just gets me hyped. Andor. Oh, Cassian Andor. That's coming in 2022.
Mm-hmm. Target better not cancel my thrust.
Hayden Christensen is back as well.
Oh, that looks nice.
Rogue Squad. I'm glad I checked Twitter.
I deleted my Twitter.
I don't use it, but, you know, I like to find good media stuff on here. Photo of people latest.
I'm going to take this opportunity to shout out my Transformers page, tfmemes.1984.
They're making a Hocus Pocus too.
I'm really close to 3,000 followers, and I'm trying to get there before January 14th.
Yup. So, Taika Waititi developing a fresh, unexpected, and unique Star Wars movie. That will probably be the first comedy Star Wars film.
Oh my. That will be insane.
Wait, what is this? Okay, Lucasfilm is adapting a bestseller called Children of Blood and Bone.
What's that?
Keep talking.
What am I supposed to talk about? Transformers?
I don't know, something.
I don't know. Earthrise theories?
Star Wars Visions. Star Wars Visions will be a series of anime short films from iconic Japanese creators.
Oh my gosh.
Did you
just tell me they're making...
Guess what the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is called?
What?
Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Kenobi was a cooler title. But you just told me they're making a Star Wars anime.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
God.
sold. I'm suddenly sold.
I'm gonna shit my pants by the end of the night.
Why can't we get this much? Oh shit! Why can't we get this much good Transformers content?
Well, you heard it here. Rogue Squadron by Patty Jenkins. I'm gonna wedge Antilles. Wedge Antilles. You know, it's probably going to be kind of a sequel to Rogue One.
Oh.
Rogue Squadron.
Take place
Rogue
after
One.
New Hope?
It's definitely going to take place after New Hope.
Is it going to have Luke in it?
Holy fucking shit. You're on to something.
Wasn't he kind of the leader of Rogue Squadron?
Rogue leader?
Yeah. He kind of has to be
Shit.
in it. How is that going to work?
Sebastian Stan is Luke.
For the next 30 years.
Luke, Winter Soldier, you know. He's made for life now.
Either
basically.
that or do it animated.
Shit.
I honestly think the future of Star Wars is animated.
Dude.
Disney money? I mean, like...
I'm elated. There's going to be some sort of Willow project. I fucking love Willow.
Woo!
Mad Mardigan. Played by Val Kilmer. That was some dope-ass shit.
And Wicket.
Warwick Davis. Willow's Cool too, but Mad Mardigan was my jam. All right, well, that's this episode of Two Dudes in a Podcast.
That was an episode.
It ended well.
Yeah, it did.
All right, well, we'll see you next week when we talk about Blues Brothers.
Or something.
Yeah. See you later.
Stay tuned. Or same, I don't know. Stop recording.